What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Leo, and I'm back with a new video on the channel. This video is going to be a little different. It's going to be talking about what life is like in Germany. You know, from the end of my last video, if you guys haven't checked that out, I did a video about how life is like living alone, and today I just wanted to continue on that type of topic and talk about what life is like living in Germany. I've been living in Germany for, I think, around almost a year now. It's kind of crazy, and I have experienced a few different things that we can talk about in the video, and just life in general. Like, I moved there last year March, and I went back. I've been back to Canada 2 times now, but I've been living in Germany for the most times in like kind of the east part of Germany. So life has been very different than living in Canada and all that good stuff, you know. But first, we're gonna try the food, you know. Let's see if this is really busting. That is very serious. But yeah, let's get into the video. I think the first thing I noticed when I came to Germany was just the language barrier. And I mean, watching this video, you're probably gonna understand too, because they don't speak English here. Like, it's a German country and they speak Deutsch. German in English, but Deutsch in German, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I think everywhere I've been before in my life, like I've been to Ireland, England, US, everywhere I've been was just primarily English-speaking countries, you know? So to come here and just realize that, okay, people actually don't care to speak English was a very big culture change for me. Like, I like, it was a lot. Like, I didn't really understand what everybody was saying. Like, you go anywhere and people do not care to speak English to you. Like, they love speaking their language. I respect that, right? It's a culture switch. And so far I have picked up German a little bit, but not to the extent that people speak it. Like, it's weird because I try speaking German to a lot of people, and some people realize that I'm an English speaker and they want to learn English. So they speak English back to me. So it's like their English is very much better than my German to them, because I think they learned it in school. So it's that language barrier just tends to be like a big deal. And I think for the youth, it's not too bad, but most like adults and like middle-aged people, they don't care to speak English at all. So it's very hard to communicate with them. But I think German is probably not the hardest language in the world to learn. Like, I feel like if I focus a little more on it, I would probably be kind of not fluent, but like I would know a little bit, you know. I'm missing, but yeah, I need to learn the language more. But I think that was like the biggest culture shift that I experienced coming here, or just the biggest challenge in general. Adding on to the language, I think the next thing will probably be like about the people and what type of people actually live in Germany. Like, what you expect from the people here when you move here. I think the first thing I noticed about everybody was just their love for beer. Everybody drinks beer here. Like, the one thing I think I stepped in the country and like I probably saw someone drinking beer. Like, it's just like you go anywhere and everybody drinks beer and smokes cigarettes. I don't know why it's so like different to me, because I mean, like in Canada or like in the US, like I think for like youth, they really like smoke a lot. But here, everybody loves to smoke, and I don't know why, but I think to be fair, it's Europe in general. Because I remember when I went to Ireland or even England, a lot of like youth used to smoke. So it's kind of regular here. I don't smoke personally, but that's one thing I have also noticed. Another thing would be that people here love to enjoy life. I actually appreciate that, because it makes for like kind of like a healthier society, if that makes sense. But like, people are not like really stingy with their money. They just love to spend, love to do the little things that they enjoy. They go party, they go do activities with friends, go explore. So Germans in that sense, they're always outside, you know? So they love to enjoy. Like in Canada, you see a lot of like teenagers or like just middle-aged people, like they do the regular go to school and like just like focus on like building like a future for themselves, right? But not to say Germans don't do that also, but like it's the little things. Like here, it seems like school is not so much of a priority. Like, not that school is, I don't know how to say this. School is a priority still, but it's like if they have free time, they won't spend it studying. They would spend it like doing something that they enjoy, you know? Another point is just, yeah, like from all my experiences, a lot of like the young people are just really, really nice individuals in general. Like I do enjoy living here because of just the people you meet. Like, everybody wants to, like, mostly when you tell them that you're not from here, they find joy in it. Like, they love to get to know you, love to get to know your culture. So I think they're really open to meeting new people. I mean, from just the people I've met over my time here, just they love ethnicity. But it's weird also, because I feel like the parts of Germany I've been to, I haven't seen a lot of ethnicity. It's a very weird concept, because I feel like a lot of like, you go to the streets, there's not a lot of culture switches. Mostly being a black individual, like in my city, I think I walk around, I think I'm the only black person here. So it's very, very weird in that sense, because I mean, coming from back home, there's always like black people around. But yeah, here there's not a lot of black people at all. Sometimes for me, I do get like weird looks when I go out. But I think this is mostly for the older community. They're just very, very different than the young community, because I don't think they're as open as the youth, which makes sense, right? But it's like from just living here, the older, like when I talk old, I think like probably like 40 and above, like they just like they don't, first of all, they don't speak any English at all, so it's very hard to communicate. And I think it's just when I walk around, sometimes I do get like some weird looks from older people, so that's very awkward. But yeah, but I think it also matters the place I live in. I live in a kind of a small town, small city, so the culture here is very olden, right? But I feel like if I lived in like a Berlin, a Frankfurt, a Munich, there's gonna be like more black people around, so it's gonna be more urban or more dated to modern culture. So yeah, that's what I noticed. Yeah, just the idea of small cities, like it's a popular concept in Germany, and I think Europe in general, but in North America it's very different, because there's like a lot of big cities, and everybody knows there's big cities. People don't really live in small cities like that. But I mean, personally, I've never lived in a small city, so coming here and living in a small city, just the small city lifestyle, like everything you watch in movies is kind of true. Like a lot of people know each other and just how things work here. And I must say, there's like nothing to do in small cities. Like you have to actually go to like the big cities to like do something. But yeah, that's really that's all I can really think of right now of what life is like living in Germany as a black individual. I think the one thing I didn't talk about too much was like the racism. When I walk around, sometimes they do like just look at me weird, but that's not really like racism. I have not experienced anybody say anything to my face or anything like that. Maybe they're speaking Deutsch and I just didn't understand. But yeah, I haven't experienced any real racism yet, just people looking at me weird when I'm like the only black person with the same. So yeah, apart from that, I love Germany. It's a beautiful city. If you ever want to come visit, I think you should come visit. It's very nice. I do like the transportation a lot. I feel like a lot of people are used to like taking the bus or taking the train, and it's very easy to get from point A to point B all over the country, because the country is not really that big. Like, I mean, you just take a speed train and it will take you from one part of Germany to the other part in like 3 hours. So it's not really that far at all, the whole country. And I do like this because I like to watch a lot of football matches. So if I ever want to go see my favorite team play, I can just easily hop on a train and go catch a game. And again, the football culture here is spectacular. Like a lot of people like are indulged in the football culture. There's teams all over the country. Like it's kind of crazy. Like I think football is like the most popular thing in Germany. And yeah, every small city has a team, every big city has a team, or even multiple teams. So it's very lovely because I'm a big football fan. I mean, that's the reason I'm actually playing soccer in Germany. So that's what took me here. So yeah, Germany in general for football is probably the best country in the, no, I can't say in the world, but it's up there for one of the best countries out there. I think the only thing that you need to really know if you want to come live in Germany or visit Germany is just being open to learning the language. I think that would just make life a lot easier for you. So yeah, I even need to start learning the language more. But yeah, that's how life is like living in Germany. If you guys want me to do a kind of a part 2 of like the logistics of living, like cost of living, all that stuff, and how like to get your visa or anything along that line, leave a comment down below and maybe I do a part 2 more indulge of life in Germany. But yeah, I'm gonna finish my food now. I'll catch you guys in the next video.